In this video, I'm going to show you 3 FPV moves that you can do with your FPV drone in order to help you get cinematic shots. Now, these moves are really simple, but they're foundational, meaning that every single cinematic FPV video that you watch builds off of one of these 3 FPV moves. If you're starting out and you want to learn to get cinematic shots with your FPV drone, learning these 3 moves will help give you like the core, the foundation, so that you can go out, get your own cinematic shots, and you'll be able to spot it in literally every single cinematic FPV video that you watch. With that being said, let's launch up the FPV drone, and I'll show you these 3 FPV moves that will help you get cinematic shots. Let's do it. The first move is the FPV dive. This move is by far the most common in FPV, and it essentially just is you climbing to a higher altitude, reducing your throttle, diving down, and then slowly increasing your throttle output as you come closer to the ground so that you don't hit the ground and you just kind of glide above it, and then you can go through your scene. So it really acts as a way for you to enter whatever scene that you're filming, whether you're dropping into a racetrack or on a boat or into some sort of environment. You commonly see these when people are diving mountains and whatnot. It can be a little bit scary at the beginning when you're a beginner. The biggest thing is just feeling out when you need to throttle out and how much throttle you actually need to put in, because different drones, some are very light, some are heavier. You know, if you have a camera mounted on, it's going to take a lot more throttle output. You also don't want to crash. This FPV dive move is essentially just feeling out how much throttle you need in order to glide and very slowly come up off the ground rather than just throttling out a lot and making it not smooth. So FPV move number 2 is the FPV orbit, and it is essentially you circling around an object to reveal it. This is especially helpful if you're trying to feature an object. You see this a lot in FPV shots when they're going through some sort of city and they're circling around the clock tower or around the cathedral, or if you're going into an FPV shot where you're chasing a car, you can be orbiting around the car. This FPV shot is essentially highlighting a specific object in your scene. A super simple way to do this is to align your crosshairs at the object that you want to be filming. And then essentially it's, for me, if I'm going around on the right side of an object, I'm going to be pushing my joysticks slightly both to the left side, so kind of inverted. And the same goes if I'm trying to circle an object from the left and orbit it from the left. I'm pushing both joysticks slightly towards the right. With this FPV orbit, you can be spiraling up, you can be spiraling around, you can just be circling around an object. But again, it's super great when you need to feature an object in your scene. FPV move number 3. This is the strafe, and this is really simple. It's essentially getting close to objects but flying in either a straight line or almost a straight line and getting there in the fastest way possible. Strafes are great when you're trying to get really immersed into a scene. You're trying to get really close to objects. This definitely takes a lot of practice, but the whole process starts when you choose a point A to start from, and then you choose a point B, the ending shot, and then you choose just a clear line of sight that you're trying to fly through. This can be flying in through obstacles, it can be flying close to obstacles, but yeah, essentially the point of a strafe is to give that immersive feel where like, whoa, you're flying really close, like something's almost about to hit you. These types of shots are great for immersing the viewer into the FPV shot. One thing you do want to make sure is that when you're filming these kinds of things and you're going fast, that you want to have your GoPro angled back. So when your drone is tilted forwards and it's flying forwards, your GoPro is tilted back. So therefore, when the drone tilts forward, your GoPro is level, so it's capturing the scene. A lot of the times when I was first starting out, I angled the GoPro vertically, so when I was flying quickly through scenes and when I was increasing my angle of attack, so going faster, then all of a sudden my GoPro is just filming the ground. So you just want to make sure when you're doing these movements that your GoPro is angled at the right angle depending on what speed you're doing. For example, I've done lots of shoots in indoor locations like hotels, resorts, villas, mansions, and in those you're not going at top speeds and you're not flying as fast as possible through the scene. So because my throttle output was less, my drone was tilting forwards less. Therefore, my GoPro needed to be less back and it can be more vertical, but still with a slight tilt to the back. When I'm filming car chases or music festivals or things that are high energy that require a lot of speed, then obviously I'm tilting my GoPro back to compensate for that speed and that angle of attack.